Hey y'all, today is Thursday, June 18th, 2020. Well, I survived last night without getting in trouble, but I know I'm cold right now. It's mid-June and it's cold, but later on it's going to be unbearably hot, at least by 10 o'clock. But once the sun comes up, I probably can get some sleep. I was dozing off last night in the middle of the night and like trying to fight to stay awake when I really would have wanted to go to sleep. Now, funny thing is, if I was in a hotel or motel room, I would have a hard time trying to go to sleep. But I don't even know if it was possible that the gang stalking perps probably use frequencies to try to make me sleepy on purpose so that they can because why would they want me to be sleepy out on the streets if I'm not supposed to even be on the streets, but I guess God must have been protecting me, that got less than 2 hours of sleep. I mean, and I didn't get in any trouble, but I had a hard time, just me being scared to get in trouble, but then at the same time me feeling like I'm, just give up. I don't care if they want to jail me or put me in a mental institution or whatever. I give up. I don't care. Me sitting here feeling like I give up the battle. I'm going to lose anyway, So, it's like, yes, last night, I was thinking, I said, well, I don't know. I'm still unclear whether or not they still won't tell me whether or not I'm banned from riding the transit buses in Pensacola. And I thought, well, let me get the fuck out of here and go back to Pensacola, and so I can have even though it'll be outside, but nope, I don't have to worry about the police messing with me. I can have my spot, the sleep spot that I've been using, but I just don't have a rainy day sleep spot because other dirty homeless messed that up, and so it's like, well, should I go back to Pensacola and have my comfortable sleep spot, but then not be able to not be able to ride the bus, and also be harassed again by Alex, me not being able to ride the bus and also be harassed again by Alex, but then get my comfortable spot. Me trying to, have like a free place to sleep outside that the police don't bother me where I've been sleeping? Or should I just freaking take the high risk of getting arrested and going to jail here? Which, whether I'm here or in Pensacola, there's a chance to get in trouble. Or should I just bounce to another city and state somewhere else? I don't know. Either way, I'm in hot water. I did not want to do, I didn't ask for this, and I'm sorry I'm talking this way because I'm so cold. And so that guy yesterday, that young kid is what I call him, since he's 27 going on 28, you're younger than me. He just got finished telling me, like, he talked like he was woke. Him and the other guy talked about being woke to the truth. But then you act like you side with the people and defend the people at the shelter. He just got finished telling me that black people are the most racist here, saying that we both agreed that, that's one thing I forgot to say in the other video that we both agreed that we both agreed that, shucks, the black police officers are the most prejudiced against their own kind, because they're Masonic sellouts, And so this guy acting like a freaking sellout in the perp, and he was like triggering me and making me mad and blaming me for my situation. Like, how the hell? And it's like that guy. His name is Willie. I don't know the guy that was actually homeless. The other guy, I don't know what his name is, but the other guy said that he gets an income too, and he said he's also on the streets because that SSI check. How much you said? $783 is what he get, and I get $803. It's not enough. Well, according to landlords, it's not enough, and then it's a long process. It's not the housing authority, but it's called area housing in Pensacola. I've been on that list for over a year, So, as I said, me being tortured in my home by like the noise harassment and noise campaign by the crackhead neighbors, and then I moved to another place and noise harassment and vibrating torture, So I didn't know what was going on, and it gave me a hard time. I smell cigarettes or cigars or something, So I usually don't have a I don't care attitude or I don't give a fuck attitude or trying to feel bold and stuff like that, Usually I care too much and be, me trying to, and just because you get punished, nowadays it's like, just because you get punished doesn't mean you did something wrong. And it's like, who the hell is the police? Who the hell is another human being that they can make rules and laws for other human beings, yet they're sinful? I just don't understand, how sinful human beings can try to act like God, act like they think they're God. You know why? Because they're Luciferian. Narcissistic abusers, Luciferian, that you have to be punished or in trouble with them, and it's always them with those personalities who have the so-called power and authority. I'm sick of it. Where's a righteous person who's like goes along with the King James Bible, who's not a narcissist or narcissistic abuser, that's righteously in authority, but then they're still just a man themselves, People are talking, some people are for defunding the police, and then other people are against defunding the police because of, what was going on. And now it's like, in Greenville, South Carolina, some of the police humbled themselves after what happened to that black police officer getting shot in Baton Rouge. Shucks, police were scared enough that they were helping homeless in a wheelchair. They would help wheel the homeless man in a wheelchair across the street. And you saw them doing, and it was all fake because their asses were scared, So, some police officers, as I said, I did a video before about how nothing ever happens to the narcissistic abuser or the scam person. It's like nothing ever happens to them, like they're invincible, like nothing bad ever happens to them, all the fucked up shit they do to you. But if you make a mistake, I have to hear lectures about, or if somebody does something harmful to me, I always have to hear about, I always have to hear lectures about what lesson did I learn, or I always have to hear lectures about lessons to learn. And it's just like, well, how come other people don't have to learn any lessons? Why is just me? Every time I get fucked over, exploited, abused, and taken advantage of, I always have to hear lectures about, what lessons did you learn? Yeah, that's how to be like, what lesson did you learn? I'm like, well, what lesson was I supposed to have learned? I'm 36 years old. Why the hell you would need to talk to me like I'm 4, you know? But I'm still bothered and angry and annoyed with that guy, the way that guy tried to psychologically and mentally handle me, like as if I'm slow with no sense. And he talking about taking me over to his house. And you talk to me like, if you're a black guy and you walk up to me and you talk to me like I'm slow with no sense, and then you start acting like a perp, those end up being the black guys who end up raping me. That Jaraka Sinfield guy back in March, you know, I call him hellface, ugly, burnt, gay ruckus Sinkfield. He treated me like as if I was mentally slow with no sense. You know, I mean, and that's how, like, when a black guy raped me, they you know, I guess the red flags, and that's what the Freemason guy, the Derwin O's guy that raped me, he treated me like as if I was really retarded with no sense, and then proceeded to rape me. I stay off to myself. I don't bother anybody, you know, and it seems like here everybody wants to, all the homeless clique, everybody wants to get in, aggressively demand an answer for my personal business. Like, I remember when I was in Greenville, South Carolina, there was a black man named Derek, and he tried to ask me, oh, do you do drugs? And I said, no. Tell the truth now. I mean, what answer do I owe you? You may be older than me, but I don't know you at all. And, you know, what benefit would you know? You know, what benefit would you have whether or not to know I'm on drugs? If you were on drugs, that's none of my damn business. You know, but I know, y'all know I'm not a druggie. You know, shucks, for me to be a crackhead, nah, I thought I was too fat to be a crackhead. I probably could be an alcoholic, but I don't even drink alcohol. Oh yeah, and the guy who tried to talk to me like I'm slow and retarded, he acted like he was trying to beg me to accept beer and then try to offer me something alcoholic to drink. And I kept telling him no, and he wanted to act like he wanted to offer to buy me stuff, buy me something to eat. And I'm like, no thanks, I already ate, you know. So, but then you talk to he must have been a criminal, because he said that the police confiscated his car and stuff like that. But then you sitting there, I mean, you got in trouble with the law, and now you agree with that same fucking system, and you're perping me, you know, or either that or you lying. You know, if you've been in trouble with the law, damn, no wonder I smell a cigar. You've been in trouble with the law, you know, and then you're going to act self-righteous about the law to me, you know. But it's like my disability, even if it weren't for hypersensitive ears, I have Tourette's. So if I have Tourette's and I'm ticking like this, I'm like, you motherfucker, you know, like y'all seen me do with my Tourette's. And then the sign says no cursing, and then they punish me at the shelter or the mental institution or whatever place I'm at, and then they try to say there's no excuse. And then, you know, because of me knowing the truth, I don't deal with Big Pharma no more. I don't see the doctors anymore. So even though I still have Tourette's and OCD and all that, you know, I try to depend on God and try to, you know, deal with it naturally. You know, for my so-called mental illnesses, the OCD, anxiety, depression, and Tourette's, and well, it's physical. The Tourette's is considered physical and neurological, not mental. But I had to realize and come to understanding that the narcissistic abuse and complex PTSD. See, I have certain disabilities that I'm not diagnosed with. Shucks, they hitting me in the chest and my foot with the energy weapons. And they were hitting me so much last night, and they're doing it now at the same time in my foot. And it's like, oh, fuck. They're hurting my foot. It's mainly in my right foot. Oh man, and they've been hitting me a whole lot in the middle of the night. What the hell? They're gonna have me wheelchair bound? What are they remotely injecting in my foot like that? It hurts. I mean, it make me almost want to cry. Whatever they're doing. And then somebody on Twitter, who I just recently got a Twitter again, and I'm following her on Twitter, and she said that she's pregnant, and they're hitting her I think they're hitting her in the stomach. And somebody else I heard that too was pregnant, and they hit you in the stomach with the energy weapons. That is fucked up. That's the ones who should be considered breaking the law and should go to prison. Not somebody who just sitting here in a place where you say that no trespassing. That's something petty. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm off by myself. Fuck y'all and fuck your rules and your satanic rules and laws. With my hypersensitive ears and Tourette's and my OCD and anxiety and depression and all that, it was, a lot of these was induced in foster care, like from abuse, so that they can make more money off of me. And it's like the disorders are real, but they're man-made, induced from other evil human beings, and also via witchcraft. It's a spiritual component too. Voodoo in the foster and biological family. I think voodoo done on me. So I feel like, why should I have to stay in the shelter? Why should I have to work a minimum wage job? And that guy trying to make it like, oh, you think you're too good? Well, guess what? If you're a gang stalking perp, you think you're too good. It's like you're projecting onto me, because everything. I mean, if you perping me and you getting nice money in a freaking car, and you got a job, how? What you mean that I act like I think I'm too good to want to better myself? And it's like you want me to stay in that low position, and you want me to follow their rules and go in the shelter, and you think I'm just spoiled and want my way? No, I'm trying to fight for my rights to have a, and the same thing as normal people and other targeted individuals too. But yeah, that's what they want to do, project that, they're the ones who act like who's the one acting entitled when you act like you're a complete stranger? I don't know shit about you, and you act like you're entitled to know my fucking personal business. I'm just so fucking mad. Next time I'm gonna see him, I'm gonna tell him to just fuck off and stay the hell away from me and far. Now, you're going to be self-righteous, but then you're going to act like you're trying to offer me something alcoholic to drink and then get mad because I don't want to accept it. I don't understand people in their backwards-ass ways. I really don't. People are just fucking stupid. Humans are stupid. Americans especially is stupid as fuck and backwards as fuck. And in the meantime, I'm going to show y'all... a blog post. I'm going to post in the description box a blog post about targeted individuals who really need help and are struggling. What we're going through, versus spoiled people who just, want something luxury and getting paid more than what they asked for. And you're willing to donate to somebody else's transgender transformation, but then, a targeted individual who's disabled and wheelchair bound. I'm not wheelchair bound, but some people can get that far and have workplace mobbed and everything. Everything just backwards and fucked up. So time for me to go. My storage space is running out. Bye.